Hey everybody, I'm Jacob Castro and welcome to another video here on Jacob's Aquarium. Hope you guys are doing good and hope your tanks are doing good as well, and I hope you had a great Christmas, holiday, whatever you celebrate. I hope it was amazing. So today in this video I'll be completing two projects. The first, an auto top-off system for the pond. The second, a UV sterilizer for the return system back into the pond. And why am I installing these two things on the pond, you may ask? Well, an auto top-off system is very important because it maintains the water level inside of the wet-dry filter. And if the water level inside the wet-dry filter is not maintained to a certain height, it can be very, very damaging to the pond or to a fish tank, whatever you have it hooked up to, and even to your aquarium's equipment. When a wet-dry filter runs dry, meaning when the water evaporates out and there's nothing to top it off, or you forget to fill it back up, pumps run dry, the filter stops working, period, so you have no filtration for whatever system you have it hooked up to. It can be a death sentence. So an auto top-up system is very important, and also considering that I'm not here every day at the nursery to continue to fill up the wet-dry filter to the proper water level, an auto top-off system just makes things a lot easier on me and further adds some more automation to my whole thing here. Why am I installing a UV sterilizer? Well, a UV sterilizer is not really necessary. It's not something very, very important, something I need right now for the pond. But, it's just a little added insurance. It keeps the water clear, kills some bacteria and, bad things in the water. Doesn't kill everything, doesn't, guarantee a, healthy pond system, whatever you want to call it, forever. But it's just a little added insurance. So I thought I'd add a UV sterilizer onto the pond. Now you may be saying, well, didn't you have one of those before? Yes, I did, but I took it off because I had it hooked up through my return pump. And because I had it hooked up to my return pump, it was cutting off a lot of flow coming back into the pond, which wasn't making my overflow box work properly. Because with this overflow box, the eShop's 1200 overflow box, there needs to be a certain amount of water going through it to keep it going, and if that doesn't happen, it stops working pretty much. So I had to take the UV sterilizer off and excuse me, and if I still wanted to use it, I'd have to buy another pump. So that's what I did. So I bought a whole nother pump, and it's just going to be a whole nother system separate from my return pump. So we're installing an auto top-up system and a UV sterilizer today. So sit back, relax, and enjoy.
So since the auto top-off system is gravity fed, the reservoir must be higher than the filter. I'm using concrete blocks stacked 3 high. This should be plenty of height to maintain the system. For my reservoir, I'm using a 35-gallon trash can. To connect the water line to the reservoir, I'm using these 1/4 inch bulkheads along with a little PVC cement to prevent any leaks. This should bond the bulkhead to the reservoir very well. Now we can install the float valve. The float valve allows water to flow through the tubing coming from the reservoir according to the water level in the filter. However, one disappointing thing about the eShop system is it cannot be used with the standard aquarium due to the spacing between the mounting bracket. Typically, people use these systems on acrylic wet-dry filters with very thin rims, so it makes sense, but I really wish eShops would have kept the DIY community in mind, because most of us that build wet-dry filters use standard aquariums with black rims. So because of this, I had to make a few modifications. It's not the most elegant way of mounting the float valve, but it works. And now that the float valve is installed, I can connect the water line and fill up the reservoir. Now that the reservoir is filled up, I can put a lid on it, which is very important so that dust, dirt, or anything else can't get in and clog the water line, and to prevent evaporation as well. Now, I was going to show you guys the full installation of the UV sterilizer, but my brand new iPhone 10 decided it was going to start acting up, and all the videos I recorded basically just show a white screen with no sound. But here is a quick shot of the final product. There is a 1,000 gallon per hour pump pushing water into the UV and back into the filter sock. And as you can see, where the pump is placed, it's actually at the end of the filtration process. So it's actually pushing water that's already been filtered through the filter sock back into the filter sock. Talk about redundancy. So that's pretty much it, guys. The pond now has a auto top-off system and a UV sterilizer. Pretty much the pond is complete. Everything that I wanted to add to it to further add to the automation of the pond is added. So now I just got to sit back, relax, and watch the plants grow. So thank you so much for watching this video. I really appreciate it. Have fun with your tanks, everyone. And don't forget to check me out on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. All my social media links are in the description below. I love you guys so much, and I will see you next time.